In this tutorial, we will talk about the Event Wizard, which is the event building tool in 25 Live. As a little forewarning, this is the longest training video because we will go through each possible scenario, each field, building a complex event. But once you're in here building events for yourself, you could complete one in as little as 30 seconds, depending on the level of complexity. There are a number of ways to access the Event Wizard. The first is by going to the Event Wizard tab at the top of the page. The second, from your home page, is clicking on Create an Event. Additionally, there are two quick links also located on your home page. The first should be used if you know when your event will take place but are looking for a location. And the second should be used when you have a location in mind but are flexible on timing. As an aside, you should not use the quick links if this is a recurring event. The first thing that I'd like to draw your attention to is this box on the left. This box will contain a summary of all details you've input related to this event. Looking at a completed event, you'll notice the event type, an associated organization, expected attendees, a brief description, the day, time, and location, and the name of the person who created the event. Returning to our new event, there are many fields within the Event Wizard, but only some of them are required. For example, event name is required, but event title for published calendars is not. This will feed functionality that we are not currently using in 25 Live, so you're very welcome to just ignore it. Within event type, there are likely multiple event types that could apply. Please select the most appropriate. If your organization does not exist, you can add one, but please search first. Down at the bottom of the page, you'll notice 4 buttons. The back button will enable you to return to previous pages to view or change any field. The cancel button will cancel any work that you've done and erase it. The save button will save your event to the point that you've completed it. Or if you have not yet completed all required fields, will jump you ahead to the next page on which a required field is listed. The next button will bring you to the very next page, whether or not it contains any required fields. Until you've reached a high level of familiarity with 25 Live, I would suggest that you continue to use the Next button rather than utilizing the Save button to jump ahead. This is because there are some fields that you may want to fill out which are not required. You'll notice that head count is a required field. If you do not know your exact head count, please provide an estimate, as this will impact the size of rooms that appear in searches for you. You can provide an event description here, but it is not required. Next, you'll need to indicate whether your event has one occurrence or multiple occurrences. In either case, you will next be brought to a page where you can set up the first occurrence. You can click on the calendar to select a different day, and you can change the time either by typing it in or as a drop-down. If your event goes past midnight, you can untick this box to select a different date as the end time. You'll notice my event duration is now 1 day and 1 hour. If this was unintentional, you can untick that box so that your event lasts the appropriate duration. Below, you can indicate setup or pre-event time. This can be in days, hours, or minutes. Now, these times are added together, so if you need 2 hours of setup time, and you also need an hour of pre-event time, maybe for refreshments to be served, you'll notice that the reservation is now 4 hours rather than 1. If you need takedown time, that works in the same way. It's very important to note that if your event has multiple occurrences, you must click Next here rather than Save. If you were to click Save, the Event Wizard would automatically revert this to a single occurrence meeting. You can select several ways that your event would repeat. Ad hoc on various days at various times, a daily repeat, weekly, monthly, or if you've decided that you do not want this event to repeat, you can opt out by selecting Does Not Repeat. This event will meet on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays, and could repeat through either a particular date or end after a certain number of iterations. Once you've selected an end date, you'll notice every meeting listed below on the occurrence list. Now, if one or more of these meetings was to be canceled, perhaps due to a holiday, I could select that below. Now you'll have the opportunity to select a location. You can select a location by your starred locations. You can search by location name. You can reference a saved search, or you can perform an advanced search at this point. You'll notice these two boxes listed below. The first show only my authorized locations that have no time conflicts. In other words, I'd only like to see rooms that I'm able to request that are available at the time that I'm looking for. Second, enforce headcount. Only show me rooms that are large enough for my expected headcount. You'll notice that a room listed above is now gone from the list. In this case, because none of my starred locations are available, I'm going to search by location name. And so I'll search for CAS rooms. This will bring up a list of all CAS rooms, or rooms that have CAS in the name, that are available at that time and sufficiently large to hold this event. You'll notice the room that I clicked now appears on the right-hand bar. If I were to click a second room, on the right-hand bar you'll now notice that I have 2 room assignments. If I want to remove one of those, I merely click the red X. So now I just have 1 room. However, if you do need multiple rooms for an event, you're welcome to click multiple rooms. After selecting a location, click Next to view any additional questions you may be required to answer. Whether or not you see these questions is dependent on your security role and what type of event you're building. If you do see any questions here, please answer them as accurately as possible. The contacts page relates to individuals tied to an event. Your name should always appear as the requester. The scheduler will vary. In some cases, this might be a service account used by a particular department. In general, you should not update contacts. On this next page, again, depending on your role, you may have the opportunity to input comments or confirmation notes. The comments field is recommended as a second opportunity to communicate with a space owner. So whereas in the event description you might have provided a description of the event or characteristics of it, such as projected audio and food and drink being served, comments might be notes directly to the space owner, such as reference to other communication that you've had with them about this event. Next, you'll need to agree to the scheduling policies. which essentially is saying that you are who you say you are and you have the right to book for the group that you're booking for. Click Next, and lastly, you'll need to verify the event state. The 3 states used at BU are tentative, confirmed, and canceled. Tentative should be used whenever you are requesting space from someone else. Confirmed should be used when you are booking an event into your own space. And canceled should be used when an event will no longer be taking place and you'd like to release the room assignment. In this case, because I am booking an event into space that I control, I'm going to build the event in confirmed. Once you've saved your event, you will see a list of each occurrence of the meeting, along with a location. And now we've completed building this event. Now that you have a basic understanding of the Event Wizard, I would highly encourage you to practice building events. And congratulations on completing the longest training video.